Hi Aquarius, welcome to June. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And let's talk about what's happening this month astrologically. So on the 3rd, we have a full moon in Sagittarius, which is favorable to your sign. On June 6th, Venus moves into Leo and your 7th house of partnerships. June 11th, Mercury moves into Gemini, where it is at home and strong. On June 17th, Saturn, your ruling planet, goes retrograde. On June 18th, we have a new moon in Gemini, which is favorable to your sign. On June 30th, we have Neptune moving retrograde in Pisces. So let's see what the cards say, and then we'll talk about the astrology. What does Saturn... I got Saturn on my mind. What does Aquarius need to know about love and relationships for the month of June 2023? What's coming up for Aquarius? What does Aquarius need to know? The Four of Swords, the Page of Cups, the Magician, the Hangman, the Knight of Cups, the World, the King of Cups, the Queen of Wands, the Judgment, and the Queen of Pentacles. And the card at the bottom of the deck is the Chariot. Okay. So the Four of Swords, you're healing from something this month. You need to take time out to rest. I feel like you've been overdoing things. You've had too many irons in the fire. And it's time to take time out to heal. You have the Page of Cups here, crossing. So I feel that there might be a message that comes in where either you want to express your love to someone or someone wants to, because the Page of Cups can mean a message of love. And you have the Knight coming up in the future. That's a romantic proposal. So you may find out this month that someone cares about you, that someone really cares about you and wants to connect with you. You have the Magician in the past. This is a card of manifestation. So it's about controlling your thoughts and learning how your thoughts create reality. This is also a card of talent with communication, talent with manifesting what you want to achieve in the world, what you want to create. It's about dreaming your world into being, and you're doing that through the power of thought. So you really want to make sure that you're thinking positive thoughts, that you're focused on positive outcomes. You may have felt that life was kind of in limbo recently, and you've been busy with the Chariot. The Chariot's about you're going in too many directions, or you have too many irons in the fire. So you may have been really busy with work or other things and not really focused on love. But you have to make time for love. You have to make time, you may have to drop some of your commitments so that you can make room for love and relationships. The Chariot is success through discipline and focus. And then you have the Hangman here, which is about giving something up for something better. So maybe you've been thinking, I need to make something better in my life. I need to make my relationships better. But you've been just too busy. I feel like you've been really busy with a lot of things, and now you're just taking time out to rest and to heal. So maybe if you've been too focused on work and career, you need to kind of like have more work-life balance. The Hangman's also a card of having to have patience. That things the limbo energy though is fading. And I think that things are going to start to shift. And you're going to start to be more active this month and in the future months. And I think it all starts with an invitation that comes in. You have this Knight with the Page, and you also have the King of Cups. So I feel like there's someone in your environment that's going to reach out to you and maybe invite you out somewhere. And the World is here. The World in the future is everything coming together, maybe moving up to a new level. So you may decide to take a relationship to a new level, or you may complete something with one relationship and then move into a new relationship. But the World is a happy completion. It's not a difficult one. It means that everything is working out in a positive way for you. So you might be completing a project at work, and now it frees up your time, and now you have more time for fun. Or you might be completing a relationship that hasn't been working, leaving one relationship, like I said. Or it could be that a relationship that you've been dating, somebody you commit, you kind of confess your love for each other, and then you decide to commit, and it takes it to another level. The King of Cups is in your negative thinking sector, so you may be surprised when someone reaches out to you, because maybe you're thinking that this person doesn't care. Because the King is in your negative thinking sector. So you're thinking, well, I don't even know if this person is interested. I don't know if they care. But I feel like they're going to surprise you. And this invitation may come out maybe unexpected. In your environment, you have the Queen of Wands. So somebody sees you as this Queen of Wands energy, like a go-getter, someone who is taking, like a take charge kind of person. I feel like you're changing too. You have the Judgment card here in your wish fulfillment sector. And the Judgment is about realizing what you need to change within yourself, having like an awakening. And so I think you've been working on yourself and making changes, like getting rid of bad habits, taking better care of yourself, eating more healthy, exercising, and also making positive changes that are going to affect your life in a good way. So you might be getting out of a situation that hasn't been working for you, whether it's a work situation that's been toxic or a relationship that's not giving you what you need. I feel like your needs are changing. The things that you would once valued are no longer important. Because the Judgment always comes up when you're like the agent of change in your life. So you're not waiting for change to happen, you're making it happen. I also feel like for some of you, you could be dating several people, and you may have to decide which one is really important to me. Which relationship do I really want to commit to? Because, and I'm not even talking about marriage, but just to give it that time and attention. Because if you're spreading yourself too thin, you're going to have a lot of superficial relationships, but nothing that really means anything. But I think out of all the people, you've got all the signs here. You've got like fire, you've got earth, you've got water, even air. Which person really speaks to your heart? Which person do you really want to see yourself with? And I think you may eliminate some of the other options this month and focus on the person that's most dear to your heart. And you may have a conversation with that person where you find out how they really feel. Maybe they really tell you how they feel. And it changes the relationship in some way. I don't know that you're going to be the one taking action as much as, like, someone is going to, I'm seeing all these different energies. Like, you've got the Queen of Wands. She's the go-getter. She just goes after what she wants. She doesn't let anyone stand in her way. She barrels through the competition. You got the Queen of Pentacles, who's more down to earth, looking for security. Maybe someone that you knew in the past. You've got the Cups here, someone who's very sensitive, intuitive, very nurturing, has a motherly quality about her or him. I mean, this could be male or female. But I feel like the person that you really want, you're also afraid of. Maybe because that person, you're afraid of losing yourself in the relationship in some way. But I think you're getting to a point where you want security. You want someone who's going to be there. And to get to that point, you might have to make some changes within yourself. and change the way you operate in relationship. Or you may have to give up some, I feel like you have to give up some things to get what you want. And you're going to see that. And you're going to make those changes. But in the meantime, I think that you could have a romantic encounter this month, because the Knight of Cups is definitely a romantic proposition or proposal. Someone really cares about you, and they may let you know this month. And you may be thinking back to past relationships, ones that worked, ones that didn't work, and not sure which one, which way to go. But usually when the Judgment comes up, it's kind of like a rebirth, rising from the ashes, becoming like a new you. So I feel like you're going to see a lot of truths this month about what you've been doing and what needs to change, just so that you can make your relationship better. And if you work on yourself, you're going to wind up getting to this world state where you're existing in a state of grace, where everything is coming together. And you're finding, the right person, the right people are meeting, coming together. You might be taking a relationship to another level, even if it scares you. I feel like you're going to have some realization. And this relationship could have a healing effect on you. I'm also seeing that. Maybe this person is really a nurturing person. So if you've had difficult relationships in the past, or you've been hurt in the past and avoiding relationships because of past pain, I think this new beginning in this relationship can bring healing and take you to another level or a better level. And you won't be spreading yourself too thin. I feel like you're going to, out of all the options, you might wind up choosing one that you're really going to focus on. And it's going to bring security and into your life. Maybe when you were in the past, you might have been looking for light connections. You didn't want to go deep. But I think that's changing. You're going to drop some of the other connections and focus on one. So, what's most closest to your heart? Let's see what the angels have to say about this whole thing. But definitely a romantic proposal is coming in. Someone's going to let you know how they feel. And it's up to you what you want to do with it. Don't be afraid of it. And you're going to be more active this month. If you've been kind of chilling out at home or resting or healing, I think you're going to jump back in the game. Maybe even travel with someone. Maybe you can take someone, go on a vacation together. Get out of town. Prayer. Dear guardian angel, help me to believe that all is possible through love. Help me manifest my dreams and live an inspiring and fulfilling life. Help me to feel God's presence in every moment. Help me to feel eternally loved. Thank you for being always by my side. So, if you're ever feeling lost or needing guidance, prayer can help. Pray to whatever you consider your divine guidance. Pray for forgiveness. Pray for wisdom, for making the right choices. So let's see what the astrology has to say. So you are having a full moon in your 11th house. That's the house of friendship. And the sun is in the 5th house of romance, children, creativity, creative self-expression, fun. So something is some truth is being revealed in one of your friendships. And it could possibly, you're going to see, maybe there was someone that you thought of as a friend, and they wound up becoming a lover, or they let you know how they feel. Because I feel that some truth is going to come out at this full moon. And someone may speak their truth to you. So you may hear, someone may confess their feelings to you. And it may take the relationship in a new direction. Now, what's squaring this energy is the Saturn in the 2nd house. So you might be feeling that your money situation is difficult. You have a lot of expenses. But Saturn in the 2nd is also, the 2nd has to do with not only money, but also self-worth. So maybe you've been really hard on yourself. You haven't valued yourself enough. And it's coming out with financial, it's being expressed as financial hardship. Like, but Saturn in the second, no matter how much money you make, you always feel like you never have enough. Or you're working really hard for the money. You feel like it's an effort to make money. Neptune is also there, so Neptune's been kind of draining your finances. But now Saturn just moved into Pisces. So Saturn's going to show you the reality of your financial situation. And maybe if you've been overspending or not paying attention to where your money's going, Saturn will help you get on track and have more discipline when it comes to finances. Mars is going through your 7th house, so it's activating your relationships. You might be fighting with someone, with a lover or with a business partnership, because 7th house is committed partnerships, both personal and business. It can bring, sexual attraction and that kind of energy, but it can also bring arguments if you're not, because the energy has to be expressed. So if you're not happy in a situation, you might be speaking up about it. But at least it's helping you to clear the air in your relationships and get at whatever's been bothering you or the other person. So someone may come to you with either, to have a discussion. Be prepared. Venus is going through your 6th house, so your work environment is more harmonious. Venus is going to be leaving the 6th house and moving into your 7th house right after this full moon. So that can bring love. Be prepared for a romantic encounter when Venus moves into the 7th. You have more opportunities for love when Venus is in your 7th, and your partnerships will be better. It brings harmony and love to your relationships. Now, your 4th house is being shaken up by Mercury, Uranus, and Jupiter, and the North Node. So you might be, with Mercury is in Taurus, in your 4th house. Uranus is there, so your home life is a little shaky. Jupiter is there, so you might be thinking about changing your residence, moving, or purchasing new property. If you're thinking about moving into a new home, Jupiter is bringing you perfect opportunities to find the right place. Uranus in the 4th house is shaking up your home life. Things are like unstable. You may feel like, I got to move, I got to do this, I got to do that. But with Mercury there, you're getting an unexpected opportunity or communication. So someone may tip you off on a great deal for a new home. Or you may get an unexpected message from a family member. You never know with Uranus what's going to happen. But when Mercury and Uranus come together, it could be an unexpected message. It could be a sudden insight into a situation where you have a unique solution to a problem. Because you're being inspired. You're getting these genius ideas on how to resolve a situation. Pluto's in your 1st house. And Venus is in Cancer. It's opposing Pluto. So there could be some power struggles with a work situation. And then it will move into partnerships. So just make sure that you're not being a bully. Because Pluto is about how to deal with power. Power that you have, not to abuse your own power, but also dealing with people in power. How to deal with bullies, because some people may abuse. You might attract people that are abusing their power. There could be some manipulation, betrayals going on with relationships. You're going to have to deal with that energy. Just stand up to the bullies. Don't let them bully you. And if you're the one in power, make sure that whatever you do, you're working for the good of all, not for your own benefit. Because when people abuse the power of Pluto, they wind up destroying themselves. So you want to make sure that whatever you're doing, you're considering others in the equation. Chiron's in your 3rd house. This full moon is trining Chiron. So I feel like you could have a healing conversation with someone. And it could really change the relationship that you have with your family members and even within friendships. Maybe it's time for you to sit down and have that talk. And especially if you've been fighting with a partner, it's a good time now to sit down and talk about what the problems are and how you can resolve them. And then once Venus moves into the 7th house, I feel like things are going to get a lot better. You're going to have an opportunity to have greater harmony in your friendships and your relationships. So Venus will move into Leo on the 6th. Then we have Mercury moving into Gemini. And Saturn goes retrograde. Saturn is in your second house. So you may be rethinking your financial situation. Like if you spent a lot of money lately, maybe you're going to put yourself on a budget and figure out, where am I spending my money? What's the best way to spend my money? Where's all this money going? There's going to be a new moon in Gemini, and that's in your 5th house of romance, creativity, children. So you could have a new romance coming in. If someone approaches you this month, someone could invite you out, or you could decide, someone may confess that they're interested in you. I feel like you're going to get an invitation or a proposal. And there could be a new beginning or a new romance coming out of the blue. I feel like a message comes to you that you're not expecting. And especially because Venus and Mars are coming together in your 7th house of committed partnerships. So a relationship could really ramp up at this time. And especially because Venus is squaring Jupiter and Mars is squaring Uranus. It could be unexpected. Let's see, where do you have Uranus? You have Uranus in the 4th house. There could be some situations at home that suddenly blow up. Like, I don't know if you're living with anyone, there could be a sudden argument over something that has to do with the home. Maybe if you're deciding to move, or you might have to fix up something, might break. Especially if Uranus is there, it could be something electrical that you need to take care of that you weren't counting on. But Jupiter is sextile Saturn. So Jupiter is bringing you opportunity to create a more financial security. Especially if you're selling property or moving into a new home that's more... There's going to be some changes in your home. You might move into a better place that's maybe less... that takes less of your resources, allows you to frees you up. Or a bigger place if you've been cramped in a little place. Jupiter, if you move under Jupiter, you're moving to a bigger, brighter place, or something that's more, you feel more optimistic. You feel more, I could do what I want to do now. You have more freedom. I feel like it gives you more freedom. Maybe you've got heavy responsibilities around property, and Uranus is breaking you out of that. Like maybe you're selling off some property so that you can have more freedom, and that will help your financial situation. Pluto's going to move back into Capricorn this month by this new moon, and it's going to stay in Capricorn till the end of the year. So you have this one last chance to deal with any psychological issues and release baggage from the past. You're transforming at deep levels. The 12th house has to do with hidden matters, psychological blocks, hospitals, prisons, areas of confinement, secret, anything that's hidden that you're not aware of. So you have one more chance to work on those issues, to finish up an old project, to finish up, to resolve any psychological blockages and release them finally. You're changing on deep levels, especially when Pluto moves into Aquarius next year. It's going to really transform the way you're seen in the world, the way you feel about yourself, your body, your appearance will change in dramatic ways. Pluto wants to empower you, wants to have you like rise from the ashes. So if you haven't been taking care of yourself, you're going to take better care of yourself. You are going to feel more empowered, but you have some psychological issues to work through, and you have to release whatever's no longer serving you. That's important, and it may involve some conversations with relatives, healing conversations with siblings. Maybe it's time to have those talks that you've been avoiding and putting off. But definitely love is on with this new moon in Gemini. You could have a new beginning in love, a romance popping up that could lead to something hot and heavy. The only thing that may be weighing you down is your financial situation and responsibilities around property or home. But other than that, I think I think the new moon is going to be positive for you. You're going to wind up getting out and having more fun at this new moon. So if anyone invites you out to do something, go and get out there, because it's going to be, you've been in the hermit mode for too long. It's time to get out and socialize again. So So that's my forecast. If you've enjoyed this reading, click on the like button, click on the subscribe button, leave a comment if this resonated with you. If you'd like a private reading, click on the link in the description box. It'll take you to my website. We can get you scheduled for a reading. In the meantime, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, supporting my channel. Have a wonderful June, and I'll talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.